Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo. Good morning, Lauren LaRosa.
Good morning, Charlamagne the guy.
Peace to the planet. It's Friday. Yes, listen, man. Jess Hilarious is out on maternity leave. DJ Envy called in sick today, so it's just me and LL Cool Bay this morning on this fine Friday. I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here to serve our listeners for another day. How you feel, LL Cool Bay?
I feel blessed as well. Happy to be here. Glad it's Friday finally, because every day feels like Friday.
You know you on video right now. I just want to make sure.
Don't do that to me.
I'm just making sure.
This morning because I'm what?
You putting it together. No,
I'm getting my life together.
That's
you
right,
see
that's
me?
right, that's right. It's like the
this
Mr.
morning,
Potato Head ain't got no accessories yet, but you're putting them on.
First, don't do that. don't because if we want to talk about who in here look like Mr. Potato Head, it's 3 of us in here, 2 of us eliminated. Looks like you, okay?
Okay, you're right.
All right.
Yes.
So, late start this morning, but I'm here on time.
Wow,
and I'm
what'd you
prepared.
do last night?
I didn't do anything last night. I packed. I'm flying to Virginia today. I'm going to North Carolina. I'm going to Norfolk State University's homecoming. It's Alumni Fest. It's their homecoming weekend, and I'm hosting Alumni Fest. I packed. I fell asleep. I forgot to set my alarm.
When is homecoming season over?
For me, this is the last one.
Okay.
This is the final tour stop on the Brown Girl Grinding Alumni Homecoming Tour for the HBCU. So shout out to Norfolk State University. They wrapping it up for me.
Do you have enough in you to get through the day?
I do.
In the night?
I do. I'm not tired. I just woke up late. Okay. So, but I got my lashes done last night. So thank God for that.
You did?
I know you see the lashes on my face.
What happened?
I know you. Yeah, you better squint, potato head.
Listen, we got a great show for you today. The Good Brothers EARTHGANG will be here this morning. They got a new album, Perfect Fantasy. It comes out on October 29th, so they'll be here to discuss that. And John Hope Bryant, who is the host of the Money and Wealth podcast, author, just a great businessman, he will be here along with Alex Rodriguez. So Alex Rodriguez, yes, Hall of Fame baseball player Alex Rodriguez and John Hope Bryant, they'll be here this morning as well to build with us here on the Breakfast Club. Okay, what we starting off with, Red? I came out. Oh, that's Glorilla? Drop on a clue bomb. I'm here. Okay? That's the energy I'm on this morning. This is Glorilla, let her cook. Salute to the young lady. Dang, what's the young lady that was dressed up like Wednesday at Comic Con? I'm going to remember her name when I come back. Yes, that made the real. It's the Breakfast Club. I don't care what y'all say. Glorilla, glorious album is flawless. Salute Lorena Parker. That's her name, Lorena Parker. She was dressed like Wednesday Addams at Comic Con, and she was killing it to that record. Let her cook.
That's the theme. You letting me cook today? You gonna mind your business?
It depends. Because every now and then I'm gonna put my finger in it.
Always trying to be in the kitchen and taste it.
I gotta taste it. I gotta see if the recipe, if it's going where it's supposed to go. I'll let you cook.
That boiling pot of Fabuloso, bet you stay in my kitchen.
Damn.
Let her cook.
It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Lord LaRosa, DJ Envy is out sick. Jess Hilarious is on maternity leave, but it's time for front page news. Morgan.
Oh my gosh, what I walk into? Let me cook. Let me in the kitchen too. Okay.
Nope.
Coming in.
No.
You ain't even bring no groceries.
See, here we go again. It's Friday.
Mama, she don't need them.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Lauren. I'm on the way, girl. So the countdown is on with Election Day, Tuesday, November 5th, now 11 days away. And on top of the front page news is you making sure you exercise your right to vote. With that said, the race is close. Vice President Kamala Harris held a star-studded rally in Georgia on Thursday evening. Before the event, she spoke with reporters about restoring women's reproductive rights and signing a bipartisan border bill into law. Let's hear those comments from VP Harris.
I intend to be a president for all Americans, and that includes paying attention, yes, to a fundamental freedom that has been taken away because of Donald Trump, the freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body. I will tell you that my highest priority is to put the resources into ensuring that our border is secure, which is why I've been very clear. I'm going to bring back up, as president, that bipartisan border security bill and make sure that it is brought to my desk so I can sign it into law.
So during the rally, Harris reiterated to voters that she intends to get things done for the American people, while she believes former President Trump will be focused on other matters. Let's hear those comments during the rally from VP Harris.
It's either Donald Trump in there stewing over his enemies list, or me working for you, checking off my to-do list.
I said that so long ago. Donald Trump will be in there looking for revenge. Not only that, he's going to be in there, pardoning himself, trying to get out of all his legal trouble. But once he does that, he's
Can he
definitely.
do that?
I'm sure.
Oh my God.
There's nothing that he can't do.
The law is some magical stuff when you ain't black, ain't it?
No.
Man.
I'm telling you, Donald Trump different. Like Donald Trump has even defied the laws of white privilege. I've never seen anything like it, ever. Like Donald Trump, he out white man's the biggest white man. I'm not even joking. He's the greatest white man that ever lived. He is the Frankenstein monster of white supremacy. I've never seen anything like that.
Great follow up because you know you to grab that and another ad will be running.
There's nothing I can do about it at this point.
Oh, look, you said another ad will be running. And speaking of, what did you just say? Pardoning. He was actually saying that he would consider pardoning Hunter Biden if he's reelected, which is like
that is so petty.
Okay. Right. Okay. So, anyways, during that rally, Vice President Harris, she was preceded by Barack Obama, Bruce Springsteen, Tyler Perry, and Samuel L. Jackson, who all took the stage to endorse her. Let's hear from Samuel L. Jackson. Mother.
We got 12 days to choose which way our country is going to go from here, which way our future is going to go from here. And that's why I'm so proud to support our next president of the United States, Kamala Harris.
I don't even look at Samuel L. Jackson as a celebrity. I look at him as an elder. Mm-hmm. That's an elder.
An elder spokesman.
That's a grown-ass man, talking to us about what we should be doing. I will listen to an elder.
Especially when he put a mother effer on the back of it. Okay, let's get into the other side of the aisle. Former President Donald Trump, he was on the campaign trail in Arizona, which is a battleground state, and he talked about firing VP Harris by voting, and he also addressed concerns about the border. Let's hear those comments from Trump's rally in Arizona.
With your vote this November, we are going to fire Kamala Harris. We're going to fire her. Get the hell. We're going to fire Kamala. We're going to get her out of here. We will stop all illegal immigration once and for all and at once. We will stop it immediately. We will be a free and proud nation once again.
It's just amazing to me how we just go back to business as usual with Donald Trump every single time. Like all of the stuff we heard him say this week, you had the former Joint Chief of Staff say that Trump said, I need the kind of generals that Hitler had. And we just back acting like he's a normal candidate. It's unbelievable. It's unreal.
Well, Trump told the crowds America could face World War III if Harris is elected president. He told the crowd he would end immigration and electrical vehicle mandates on day one. He also emphasized the need for America to be energy independent and said his administration will increase fracking. He ended by encouraging the crowd to get out and vote, saying he needs this election to be too big to rig. So yeah, there you have it. On both sides of the aisle, what's going on with your presidential candidates. That's your front page news for 6 a.m. Stick around. There's more happening at 7 a.m. We'll get into what's going on with the Menendez brothers. Oh my gosh.
That's right. Thank you, Morgan. Now it's time for Get It Off Your Chest. That's the part of the show where if you got something on your chest that you want to vent about, you can call up and do that. If you want to call up here and tell us why you are blessed, black, and highly favored like myself, or blessed, white, and highly favored, or blessed in whatever you are and favored, you can do that too.
People say blessed, white, and highly favored.
If they feel like
I don't think that's against the church.
1-800-585-1051. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
Ray!
Yo, Charlamagne, Envy, what up? Are we live?
This is your time to get it off your chest.
I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
We can get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is.
We live?
Get it off your chest. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Ashley. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Ashley. Good morning.
Good morning, y'all. So I wanted to get off my chest. I live in upstate New York, and my sister moved to Florida like 9 years ago, and she's getting married on Saturday, and I wasn't able to make the wedding, but I wanted to see if y'all could give her a shout out.
You said your sister is getting married?
Yes.
Your actual blood biological sister?
My blood sister.
And you wasn't able to make the wedding? I need to know the reason.
The reason, of course.
So my kids I didn't have somebody to bring with me, so my kids I couldn't bring them to the reception.
Her nieces and nephews?
Yes.
Wow. I never heard that before.
Is it like did she say like no kids allowed, or is it like a head count thing or something?
No. My youngest son is, he's special needs, and I needed another person to bring with me.
Got you.
Okay.
Got you. So did she have you in the wedding at all?
No, I wasn't going to be a part of the wedding.
Oh, she don't really like you.
Yes, he do.
Don't answer him, sis. Like it's your sister. You know.
Ma'am.
Charlamagne, don't do me like that because I've loved you for a long time.
I love you too, ma'am. I'm just asking a question. How are you? Well, what do you want to do? You want to shout her out? What do you want to send her an edible arrangement? What are we going to do?
I actually wanted y'all to shout her out.
Okay, what's her name?
Her name is Natasha.
Peace, Natasha. Congratulations on your upcoming nuptials. I wish you a long, prosperous marriage. And if you want to DM me and tell me why you really didn't want your sister at the wedding, feel free to do that too. Because I know there's always two sides to a story.
Congratulations. Don't let the devil bring you down.
That's crazy.
I know. I was thinking the same thing as soon as you told the story. That's crazy. But thank you, ma'am. I hope that.
Charlamagne, thank you. I love you guys still.
We love you too. Have a great day. Get it off your chest. Who's this? Good morning.
This is Michelle from
Hey, Michelle.
South Carolina.
843. What's happening? Home.
Hey, Charlamagne, I was just wanting to say that I was so upset by the recent comment that my son made about you.
What he said?
And he said, I don't care for Charlamagne because he's voting for Trump.
I am not voting for no damn Trump.
Who said that?
Where he get that from?
Well, let me explain now. He said he heard something, I guess, that was put out there. I was like, no, that's misinformation.
I am not voting for Donald Trump. I am voting for Vice President Kamala Harris. I've been supporting Kamala Harris.
Right, and I explained that to him.
I had, God bless, I had me and the Vice President, we've been in Somerville, South Carolina together when she unveiled her mental health plan. Me and the Vice President have been at South Carolina State's homecoming together. That was back in 2020. Like, I rock with the Vice President.
Why they be throwing that red hat on you like that?
I have no idea.
That hat shiny. They trying to dim your light.
But tell him he ain't got to worry about that. Tell him I'm voting for the Vice President.
True. You have a good day.
You too. Where do people get this kind of information from? Like, where do they come to these conclusions at? How many times have I given Donald Trump donkey of the day? How many times have I called Donald Trump a fascist before it was even a thing to call him a fascist? What are we talking about here? 1-800-585-1051. If you want to get something off your chest, if you want to vent, if you want to tell us why you're blessed, call us right now. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Everything with me is blessed.
Call up now. 800-585-1051.
Not just me. I'm what the culture feeling.
Get it off your chest. Who's this?
Good morning!
Lord have
Girl,
mercy.
you are a morning person.
You done had your Starbucks this morning.
No. First of all, I call all the time. This is the first time in 15 years that I ever got through. So I'm just excited.
Wow.
Okay?
The first time in 15?
All right? In 15 years that I've been listening to the Breakfast Club, I actually got on to talk to y'all. Okay?
We've been around
y'all
that long.
Y'all be having everybody else come to the back. But y'all be in the back door letting all these other people get the back door number, and us small people can't get on. I don't appreciate that.
Nobody has the back door number. I don't even know that. You know what's so crazy? I've been working there 15 years. I don't even know the back line number.
I got the back line number.
You do?
All right. All right.
Well,
That's what y'all say.
What's your name?
My name is Crystal from the Bronx.
Hey, Crystal from the Bronx.
So, a couple of things to get off my chest. My birthday is next week, Wednesday. So, this is an early birthday gift to me from y'all.
Okay, happy born day. Happy early born day.
Thank you. Charlamagne, I met you at the Mental Wealth Expo. I told you that. I didn't realize you were this short in person.
Yes, I'm 5'6".
Hella thick. I thought that's what you was about to say. Didn't it sound like that? It sounded like you was about to go there.
Anything else, ma'am?
Yes, but I'm so glad I got to meet you, and it was a really great event.
Thank you for coming.
I really want people to stop. Thank you for having it. Thank you for having it. And I wanted to say that I need for the black man to step up and stop complaining about what Kamala not going to do. I don't know why they hate their mothers so much. Get out and vote for the right person. Okay? This is not a game.
I agree it's not a game. I agree that there's only one person to vote for, but we have to stop putting that false narrative on black men. And the reason I say that is because black men are always the second largest voting bloc for Democrats. Always. There's never been a time that hasn't been the case. Even in 2016 when Hillary Clinton ran, 85% of black men voted for her. So I don't know why we are letting people put this narrative out there that black men not going to show up. Meanwhile, 52% of white women, voted for Trump in 2016, 55% of white women in 2020, and ain't nobody calling them white women out. Why you ain't calling Karen and Becky out?
She don't care about
I will go. I called Carrie and Becky out. I went to the rally in D.C., and I called them all out on their BS. But The problem is that we also have a lot of black rappers that are out here talking about they support Trump and not Kamala. So that's a problem for me.
I get
because
it.
they influence the generations that we have. So it's not just the black man thing, but I just feel like there's a lot of misogyny in our community, and we need to work that out. They need to deal with their trauma and deal with their mamas, and then come back and vote the right way.
There is a lot of there's black conservatives out there, but I think that the number is going to be is very overstated. I just can't see it. I could be proven wrong in a couple of weeks, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it. But thank you for calling. Get it off your chest. Who's this?
Yo, what's good, Charlamagne?
What's up, my brother?
What's up, Lauren?
Hey, good morning.
I want to say, can we drop a clue for Red for not playing Friday for the first song this morning?
Friday, but we could have played Glorilla Friday. It's the perfect day for Friday.
No, listen, we're tired of that song. We do not want to hear that song no more. We don't want to hear Kendrick Lamar no more. That's it. It's time to start a new cycle.
Have you heard Glorilla's album, Glorious?
Not yet, but
you got to listen. I think it's a classic. I'm going to be honest with you.
All right, and I got one more thing to get off my chest.
Yes, sir.
I want to know how much Kamala Harris' team is paying you to talk about her every single day.
Nothing. But because if you've been paying attention, I've been supporting her since 2018. She first came on the Breakfast Club in 2018 when she was a senator, when she ran for president.
Yeah, but the problem is, every time somebody call up and say something, you kind of bash them. I'm gonna tell you this: I'm a Democrat, but I'm voting for Trump this year, not because I know I'm gonna basically get this country back in shape. And the good thing is, we're only gonna deal with him for 4 years. Kamala Harris, we're gonna have to deal with her for 8 years, and we're not trying to do that.
I'm not even here to argue with you because you fought it.
I
didn't hang up on him, by the way. That wasn't me. That was Red. Okay.
After he done shouted you out.
Right, I had nothing to do with that. Okay. Get it off your chest. 1-800-585-1051. Thank you for calling during Get It Off Your Chest. Lauren?
Yes, sir.
We got Jess With The Mess coming up?
Yes, we do. Actually, yesterday, Little Durk was arrested. Little Durk was arrested in Florida on murder for hire charges in connection with a whole bigger plot involving Quando Rondo's family member. It's a lot. We're going to get into it.
Damn. All right, we'll talk about it when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
Yes. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Lauren LaRosa, DJ Envy is out sick today. Jess Hilarious is on maternity leave, so it's just us. Now we about to talk about Lil Durk.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies. She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide mess.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's the coach assistant.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
Man, so this is breaking news. This started breaking late yesterday. So first, Little Durk has been arrested and charged with murder for hire. Now, I want to back it up a bit. So previous to Little Durk being arrested, there were 5 other men that were arrested late Thursday evening. And these 5 men were 5 men that are reportedly connected to OTF, which is Little Durk's I don't know what we call it. That's his label. That's his group. That's his entourage. That's his crew. So these are OTF members, and they were indicted by the feds in California. Now, these 5 men that were indicted are facing charges of conspiracy to commit murder for hire, committing murder for hire resulting in death, as well as the use of, carry, and discharge of firearms and a machine gun in furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death. Now, the death that is being referred to here by these 5 men is the cousin of rapper Quando Rondo. Now, if you guys remember, some years back, King Von, who was also a brother very close to Little Durk, was killed in an incident in Atlanta. He was shot and killed after there was a fight that broke out. The person and the people involved in that were connected to Quando Rondo, and there's been just this huge back and forth between the two, directly, indirectly, since that happened. So what the feds are alleging is that following all of that, there was a retaliation that was planned allegedly by the OTF members to get back at Quando Rondo, to kill him, and they were hired to do so, allegedly, but that went wrong, and instead they killed Quando Rondo's cousin in LA on accident. Now, forwarding it to Little Durk. So when this news broke, of course, everybody is like, wait, So what's going to happen with Dirk, right? So then a few hours later, it was confirmed via the Broward County Jail website. And as of 6:55 a.m. today, this is Friday, October 25th, Little Dirk is still in custody in the Broward County Jail. Per their jail online system, we have the online system records here. So
what's the charge?
The charge, he is listed as, he's being charged with murder for hire. He is being held, the description says he's being held for U.S. Marshals. And whenever you are listed as being held for U.S. Marshals as an inmate, that means that, yes, you are being extradited. You are a federal prisoner, but you're just being locked up by a local agency who is working with the feds to ensure that you get to where you need to go. So they're going to, I'm sure, going to take him to California where the other 5 men are being indicted at. At this time, there's no bond amount, of course, because he's being extradited, and there is a mugshot that was released as well too. So,
and that's not it's not the feds, right? We said it's the.
So Broward County Jail is not the feds, but when you are in custody of or being held for U.S. Marshals, that means that you are a federal prisoner. So this is a federal situation that he will be involved in. Now, there is no more details on the actual murder for hire charges. A lot of us reporters and just people are kind of piecing things together because his crew members get the murder for hire indictment, and then he gets locked up in Florida local agency murder for hire. So we're putting 2 and 2 together. But I'm pretty sure by the time, I would say latest 9 a.m., we'll hear more. I have reached out to 2 attorneys that were listed for Dirk. I reached out to reps for him yesterday who immediately told me no comment. So I knew something was going down. This was before he even popped up in the jail system. So I was just kind of looking out to see what would happen.
Was he part of one of the 5 initially? Or was it?
No, the 5 are separate from Dirk, like, altogether. But this is just like, you never want to see something like this happening, right? But I think very unfortunate. But also I think the timing is insane because Dirk just tweeted not too long ago, maybe a month ago, about everybody getting a second chance at life because his background was completely wiped. He said everybody should get second chances at life. It's about what you do with it. My background wiped clean of all cases. I'm not a felon anymore. Who would have thought? I want to thank everyone who helped push my vision forward. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And since then, he's actually been doing a lot of community stuff. He recently, for his birthday is October, I believe it's October 19th or the 18th. He held a huge prayer visual, a day of unity in Chicago, right before his big concert that he normally does. I think it's called like Dirk and Friends in Chicago, which was like, there were tons of people there. It was all over the place. So the timing of all this is just like, whoa.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I pray it's not true. I don't have an opinion until I, get more information. But if it's true, that would be incredibly sad.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think anybody can really have an opinion until this is, you know what I mean? We got to see what happens. But as we've seen in like the indictment of Young Thug, these things take time. So it's like now he's going to be there away from his family, his kids, all of that until all of this is sorted out. So we will keep you guys updated. Again, I mentioned that I did reach out to some people on Dirk's side, just trying to figure out. Also reached out to, because I was confused about where he was also at. I thought it was going to be in Chicago or California, and I was reaching out there, and he's in Florida. So we'll keep you guys updated and let you know, what else is going to be happening. Because man, never want to see it, but this is what's yeah. No, I have a question for you though. If all of this, because I was thinking about this too. When they do these big indictments, they try and connect you any way possible, the smallest to the largest, and they're alleging that they use OTF money to arrange flights and all these different things to acquire weapons to do all of this. If they cannot directly connect Dirk and he is let go free, even if Thug is let go free and all the stuff he's looking at in Georgia right now, how does this impact them career-wise? Because normally when people throw charges at you and things like this, it sticks, even if you're not proven guilty, right? How does this impact them? Or does it?
Is it what you mean? I have no idea. I don't do those type of things. I have no idea what you mean.
So what I'm asking is like, okay, for instance, and had nothing to do with murder, but just looking at like and I'm asking specifically black men, right? Just looking at like a Jonathan Majors. Okay. Right? Jonathan Majors.
Oh, for Dirk, it won't. I mean, for somebody like Dirk, I don't think this will have any effect on him because he's a rapper.
And you know what I was thinking about how crazy that is, right?
He's a rapper. I mean, rappers make their money off shows and record sales, and consumers still support.
But also a big thing,
and they have no reason not to support him. He's innocent until proven guilty.
I know, but I'm saying, right? Even though he's innocent until proven guilty, if he walks away from this clean, hey, they brought him in, but they can't link him to anything.
Yeah, that's what I would hope, because this could be a situation where those guys got picked up and decided to implicate Lil Durk for whatever reason.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if that's the case, but that could be the case.
But remember the other day we were talking about the ex-CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch. We actually mentioned that earlier this morning. Morgan did.
Who's out on $10 million bond, and the story has gone away just like I told y'all it would 48 hours ago.
And what I think is so crazy is when you look at again, the charges are different, but like a Jonathan Majors, I don't think his career will ever, the trajectory will always be different because of, his case that he went through, right? But when you look at like a Little Durk, if Little Durk walks away from this clean, and even if not, and hopefully he does, but even if not, and then he returns, he's gonna be almost like glorified in a different way because he's a rapper, and the different imagery and brand stuff that people throw on these rappers and artists. It's just crazy how all of that works and goes. And I don't know.
You talking about the double standard that exists within the media?
100%. But media,
how they can demonize and villainize people when they choose to.
100. I swear on the ride in, I'm like, man, that's crazy. It's like,
but we don't.
He'll be glorified by some, victimized by others.
But once again, we don't
know anything.
We shouldn't even have an opinion because we don't have that much information.
We don't. Yeah. But just some thoughts I had this morning when I was, looking into all this writing and like, man.
I get it.
Yeah, but we'll keep you guys locked. So, stay right here for all of the news and the updates because we will have them.
That's right. Front page news is up next. And we got Alex Rodriguez and John Hope Bryant joining us this hour. So don't go anywhere. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Yes, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Lauren LaRosa, Jess Hilarious is out on maternity leave, and DJ Envy called in sick today. So it's just us two. But we got Morgan Woods on the line for front page news. Morgan, what's happening?
What's happening? What's happening is Election Day is 11 days away, and at the top of the front page news is you making sure you exercise your right to vote. With that said, let's get into some other news, nothing too political. The Menendez brothers, Eric and Lyle, may be resentenced for their murder case. Of course, these brothers are accused or have been convicted of killing their parents at their Beverly Hills mansion in 1989. The request was made by the Los Angeles District Attorney, George Gascon. Let's hear more from him in regards to the case.
The reason why I'm here today and why I came in front of all of you about 10 days ago is because there was a more recent documentary about the case that again brought a tremendous amount of public attention. I have to tell you that after a very careful review of all the arguments that were made for people on both sides of this equation, I came to a place where I believe that under the law, resentencing is appropriate. We're going to recommend to the court that the life without the possibility of parole be removed and that they would be sentenced for murder.
So the brothers claim sexual and physical abuse from their father as the reason they killed their parents at their Beverly Hills mansion in 1989. A resentencing could pave the way for the release of brothers Eric and Lyle, but first it has to be approved by a judge. They would be immediately eligible for parole because they were sentenced when they were under 26. Now, George Gascon, again, the LADA, says he came to the decision after examining new evidence that backs their abuse claim. He says they do meet the criteria to be released from prison, having been rehabilitated, and they can safely be released into the community. They are not a threat to the community, or at least not deemed a threat to the community. What do you guys think about this? All because of a recent, I want to say, the Netflix documentary.
Oh, so that's what it was? Like, I mean, I didn't know what was going on.
It was a spiral and things. I think it was like law changing, right? I think it was the Netflix doc and like true crime stuff on them has been out for some time. I know Kim Kardashian has been speaking out a lot about it. Like, people have been like involved a lot, but I think the law changing stuff has a lot to do with it too.
So it was Kim Kardashian in the documentary?
Yeah, but the bill that was passed, that was in 2015. So it's been some time. Like, it's been some time. I don't really know everything that kind of like led to the big turnaround this time, but it's been a spiraling thing.
Supposedly the sexual and physical abuse claims, which may look at them in a light as a victim as opposed to them actually being,
That's true, though. That's true. I mean, I haven't really been paying that much attention to the story, but I mean, if that is the case, eventually somebody gonna snap if they've been constantly getting sexually abused their whole life, right?
Right.
I would think.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Well, let's switch gears a little bit. The three men convicted of killing, let's say his name, Ahmaud Arbery, The audacity of these guys are asking for a new trial. Father and son Travis and Gregory McMichael and their neighbor William Roddy Bryant are back in the Georgia courthouse for a hearing on their request. The McMichaels chased Arbery, a 25-year-old black man, in their pickup truck on February of 2020 before shooting and killing him. Now, Bryant recorded cell phone video of the shooting. Now the convicted murderer's attorneys are making arguments about a tainted jury and ineffective counsel in an effort to get a new trial. Thoughts on that?
I know, like, the law is supposed to be fair to everybody and all that stuff or whatever, but I feel like certain people shouldn't even be able to do stuff like this. It's like a slap in the face. Like, some stuff is just, like, laid out very plain. And, like, when you said his name, I remember watching the video of him. Mm-hmm. And I'm just a person in the media, so imagine his mom having to just rethink this because somebody thinks that they should be allowed to walk free after doing that to somebody. I don't think that that's fair at all, and I hope that whatever they're claiming is it gets overlooked. It's not true something.
And bringing things home to New York in a more positive fashion. Of course, the New York Liberty now holds the keys to the city following their historic WNBA championship win. Thousands of ecstatic fans, many decked out in Liberty Seafoam Green, gallied for a rally yesterday at City Hall where the championship trophy was on display. And New York City Mayor Eric Adams spoke. Let's hear from him.
Congratulations to Liberty. I'm going to be so proud giving out the key to the city to go with this amazing trophy. Keep doing the great thing you're doing. Let's win it again next year. Thank you very much.
I like that kind of energy. New York Governor Kathy Hochul also spoke at the celebration about the power of the woman. Let's hear from Governor Hochul.
And not just the thousands of little girls who now can see themselves as possibly rising up to this great position or knowing that there's nothing they can't do because the women have won.
Now, let's not sit here and act like any woman can do what they do now. Okay, you got to be a certain height, first of all. Okay? All right, let's be clear. All right?
Aren't point guards able to be short, a little bit shorter?
Yeah, not that short. I don't think so.
You still gotta have those handles though. You know,
the kids listening this morning. That's Uncle Charlotte with all the inspiration.
I'm just
and
letting
hope.
you know, the average height of a WNBA player is 6 feet. So let's start there. Okay.
I was going to say, you want to start there. Why don't we go ahead and wrap things up with MVP Jonquel Jones? She's also spoke about the moment. Let's hear more from Jonquel before we wrap.
Everybody has sacrificed. Everybody has really poured into the team to make sure that we would end up being successful. And now we have the ultimate prize. We have something that can never be taken away from us. And that's what it's all about.
Jonquel Jones is 6'6". Just want to throw that out there, okay? Sometimes we just say things, and I understand why we say them because they sound inspirational, but we still have to be realistic, okay?
Yeah, I hear that.
I just want to throw that out there.
And shout out to Ellie, who definitely held it down all season for the New York Liberty. The mascot, the elephant, she is just absolutely too adorable. And at that ceremony yesterday, she did actually have the mayor hold her purse. I said that yesterday. I was like, she definitely be going off. But
now, all girls can aspire to be Ellie now. Okay. All right.
Hold up, not all girls.
I'm just saying, all guys too. Everybody can be Ellie. You can be Ellie.
Go ahead, Ellie. All right, so that's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. Happy Friday, y'all. Follow me on social at Morgan Media, MorgynMedia. And for more news coverage, make sure you're following at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. Happy Friday.
Thank you, Morgan. And I forgot to do the sports scores at the top of front page news, but the Los Angeles Rams beat the Minnesota Vikings last night 30-20. And tonight is game 1 of the World Series with the New York Yankees taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers at 8:08 p.m. Eastern. And we have a New York Yankee legend pulling up to the Breakfast Club right now. His name is Alex Rodriguez. He'll be here with my man John Hope Bryant, who is the host of the Money and Wealth podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network. We'll talk to them both when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Jess is on maternity leave, so Lauren LaRosa is filling in. And we got some special guests joining us back in the building.
Yes, indeed.
We got the brother John Hope Bryant. He's back. Welcome, bro.
Honored to be here.
And also A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez. Welcome.
Great to be here.
A lot of money, a lot of intelligence between y'all two. How did this happen, this connection?
Well, whenever you try to make smart sexy, it attracts, like attracts like, on mindset. This is, all of us are up from nothing, by the way. All of this story is the same thing. You can go from the bottom to the top. Legally, ethically, honestly, pay your taxes, do your stuff. Go from cashing a check to writing the check. So Alex's story and mine are very similar. Like, we had very strong mothers who are great influences in our lives. We're both extremely nosy. Quincy Jones, how'd you get so smart? I'm just nosy as hell. I want to know everything about everything. And when he got his first check in baseball, he went and asked Magic, like, okay, how do I turn this from a check to some wealth? And so he started talking to the folks on the front row at the games who were business people. And he would trade his influence for lunch. I'll go to lunch with you. I just need to ask you a bunch of questions. That's what Magic used to do. And it was just brilliant because he gained a business acumen from that, got basically an MBA while he's playing baseball. Use that to then buy some real estate and then buy some more. I think you worked the first piece of real estate yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, a duplex for $250,000.
So we did a financial literacy episode on money and wealth, which you know something about. It's on the Black Effect Network.
That's right. Make sure you subscribe to that.
Yeah, it's actually the episode's out this week. We did this episode together on financial literacy because we both believe it's a civil rights issue of this generation. When you know better, you do better. And we're talking about black and brown wealth. How does black and brown create some green at scale? It's a conversation that many folks don't have. Most athletes go broke. 70%.
Wow.
Of all NBA and NFL players bankrupt within 5 years of retirement and divorced. So this brother just defying all the odds. He's cool. He's a humble dude. He wanted to meet you guys.
You've been up here before. A-Rod been up here before.
Oh, yeah. But he wanted to get into it. He wanted to. He wanted
I love
to
the show.
Yeah, he wanted to get into it, go to another level, and so. It's a beautiful family reunion.
Well, let's jump right into it. So, what gave you the mindset to say, I want to learn more about investing and making sure that I have wealth after retirement? Was it the fact that you've seen so many athletes go broke? Was it the fact that you said, I'm never going back to where I was? Or what was it that said, I want to be different from 70% of those other athletes?
I would say I saw my mother work at General Motors for about 12 years. She would have the early shift at 3 o'clock in the morning to 2. Come home, nap for 2 hours, and then go serve tables at night to midnight. And I saw this for years and years and years. And I think my life changed one day. We were at Publix, which is a supermarket down in Miami. I was about 12 years old. And the bill's about $75. And I see her grab some of her tip money, and she's got like $56 or whatever. And I see that she's missing like $25. And she goes into another pocket in her purse and grabs what I call funny money. And I said, Mom, what is that funny money? It's like red. I've never seen money like that, only Monopoly. And she kind of, with shame in her face, looked down and she goes, son, the government's helping us out a little bit this month. And it changed my life. I mean, I can feel it today. And I know so many families out there have felt this. And that's kind of where my ambitions grew.
Is that what we used to call food stamps?
Yeah.
Yeah, food stamps.
I used to love
Remember
food
they
stamps.
were paper.
Yeah.
Paper.
But I never seen it because it wasn't green, right? And I think she would hide it from me. We were probably in food stamps for years. She just never, disclosed that with me. And then, like John said, I met with one of my heroes and mentors and great friend now, Magic Johnson, about 30 years ago. And he was going out to dinner with Cookie. And it was near L.A. Rodeo Drive, I think Mastro or something. And it was supposed to be a 30-minute meeting. We met for 3 hours. He called Cookie and said, I'm not coming home. And years later, I said, Magic, why'd you give me like 3 hours? And I left with 9 notes of paper that I still have today. He said, because you're one of the few athletes that came in all business, on time.
That's right.
No phone, and you were taking notes.
That's right.
So you were engaged, so I engaged with you. So that's my message to the next generation. It's just like the reason why I played baseball for so long is the fundamentals, whether it's Jordan or Tiger or LeBron or Magic or Bird, whoever, is fundamentals in sports that makes you great. The same thing as in business. You got to know the rules of engagement. And our young folks, while they're getting better, there's a lot of room for growth to understand the way that money works and the relationship with money and financial literacy.
So from day one, did you blow any money? Like when you first got your first big check, did you blow any of it?
I was fortunate that I played for almost 25 years. So I would say from age 20 to 30, I made a bunch of mistakes. And then what I realized, like sports, when we won the championship with the Yankees in 2009, we had a squad and we were as solid as anyone. And in business, the same thing. You got to create an incredible team that are way smarter than you. They have complementary set of skills, but at the end of the day, you're the quarterback of that team. So then I put my lessons behind me, and it's been pretty good ever since.
What was the dumbest thing you bought when you first became and made all that money in Major League Baseball?
Well, I'm from Miami, so
boat,
you bought a yacht,
a Benz and a Rolex. If you're from Miami, you need a Rolex. That's the gold standard.
Rolex is not dumb.
Nah, that's not dumb. They hold his value.
You can resell that.
Yeah.
So, by the way, me, him, and Don Peoples, who's been on the show a few weeks ago, the 3 black men I know, black and brown, same thing. We're all same family, who have a couple $100 million in a loan facility for real estate on a as you know, this non-recourse basis, which means there's no personal guarantees. That's credibility. And that's where we need to go. Like, you make money during the day, you build wealth in your sleep. And too many of us have hooked on that. I want to get that dollar, I want to get that cash, I want to get that buck, I want to get that bag. It's useless. It's called literally cash flow. And if your outflow exceeds your inflow, then your overhead will be your downfall. And if you don't understand financial literacy, somebody's going to separate you from your wallet. There's just more zeros attached to it. The first year, every athlete spends everything they got. Yeah, right. It's just it's natural.
You know, growing up in Queens, there was nobody around me making money. Right, we were all the same. We didn't know anything about financial literacy. Right, my son goes to University of Miami. Calls me yesterday. Him and his friends are about to buy a restaurant, which is crazy to me because at 20 years old, I wasn't thinking about that at all. But it's the mindset and the people that he's around. So for people listening, and they might not have somebody around him that is knowledgeable in business. They might not have somebody around him that knows where to put money or what to invest in or how to do it. What do you tell those and people to say, okay, I don't have a Magic to speak to. You know what I mean? I don't have an A-Rod to say, let me sit down with you. I don't have a John to say, this is what I have and what I do. So what do you tell those individuals?
Let me take that first because I know this one includes John. The power of proximity to greatness or proximity to intelligence is so powerful. In baseball, I wanted to be around Cal Ripken, Keith Hernandez, Doc Gooden, and Strawberry because they had sets of skills that I needed and I wanted, and great athletes can copy and paste better than anyone.
In baseball skills?
In baseball. Now you go over now to business, and it's the same exact drill. I want to be around John Hope because every time I'm around him, I get better. He inspires me. He gives me more hope. He gives me, no pun intended, he gives my self-esteem rises. Our community, black and brown, the number one issue is self-esteem issue. And they don't want to engage. They don't want to engage in a business conversation because they don't want to be embarrassed.
That's right.
We're some of the most prideful people in the world, but we pay our rent on time. We're hardworking people. We have tremendous heart and grit, but we don't want to be embarrassed. That's why Shark Tank works so well. You get an education while getting entertainment. And America gets an MBA from Shark Tank. That's why people say when I walk around, oh, there's the Shark Tank guy.
I love Shark Tank.
That's
the
when I know I'm
kids
getting
watching
old.
Shark Tank is amazing, right? They learn so early.
So your job as an American citizen, as a youngster, right? Man, boy, whatever you are, is to be around proximity of greatness. So if you find a great mentor from age 20 to 30, forget about the money. 20 to 30, go work for John. Go do an internship at A-Rod Corp. Go work for Magic. Paid nothing. Pay whatever you got. Get a roommate. But 20 to 30 is your extended education. And then once you get into the 30s, you open up that black book, how we say, your relationships, right? Because when you're 85, right, you look back, your net worth is going to resemble your network.
Amen.
Right? So I had a mentor say, if you don't have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day to talk about money, you're falling behind because your competition is doing it.
That's right. All right, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we got more conversation with Alex Rodriguez and John Hope Bryant. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. We got Alex Rodriguez and John Hope Bryant here this morning with us. Now, Alex, who got you into the franchise game?
Which one?
Well, the rumor now is that, y'all got the cash ready to buy the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Oh, yeah.
Full ownership.
So this, by the way, there's some things that he can't talk about today.
Yeah,
Okay, it's a legal situation. He'll answer the question he can answer. By the way, I loved, there was like which franchise. He owns so much
That
stuff.
was a flex. I heard that. I caught that.
I should have said sports. My fault.
He's like, which one? But there's some things he won't be able to talk about today.
Yeah, just high level. I mean, just kind of my passion for sports. I think if you talk to most athletes and you do a secret poll, probably 90% or more will tell you, I would love to own part of a team someday. Who doesn't want to convert from player to owner, right? That's the American way. We took a long run at the Mets, and we came in second to Steve Cohen. Thank God, because he's doing a phenomenal job, and we're having a great time with the Timberwolves and the Lynx. Lynx almost won a championship a couple days ago, came up a little short, but very proud of our young women. Look, this is the ultimate dream. To be in room with Adam Silver and 30 other owners, it's pretty spectacular. And I look at that and talk about imposter syndrome. You're seeing Mark Cuban, you're seeing Jim Dolan, you're seeing Tony Wrestler, you're seeing guys like Mark Lazary, people that I've looked up and admired and studied my whole kind of adult life. And now you're in the room with them as colleagues. It's really an incredible feat. Yeah, I've been dreaming about it probably for a long time, and finally made the move.
I just got to ask a sport question since we're on sports. How about them damn Yankees?
Oh, man.
How does it feel to see what it's taken so long to get back to? And what do you think about the Yankees now? It seems like baseball is more exciting now. I'm watching the games more. The games are a lot faster. It's fast pacing. So what is your thoughts on baseball now?
Yeah, I'm so excited. Baseball has needed this moment for at least a decade. I'm so tired of people saying baseball's boring and old. And look, we went through a little bit of a slow time.
It was boring for a little bit. It got boring.
But give Commissioner Rob Manford and Tony Clark, the head of the union of the players, and they came up with the clock, right, and made it a lot better pace, made the bigger bases. Now they look like Domino's Pizza, right? Big base. It's a game that's driven by markets and superstars. And tradition and history. And this World Series here has it all. This is two franchises that have the two richest franchises in revenue, in star power, global. Yankee may be the number one franchise in the world. Dodgers may be top 5. And I'm talking about all of sports, football, soccer, name it, you name it.
The Cowboys number 1, baby.
Yeah, number 1.
Be a Cowboy fan, man.
But the Yankees are in that top 5, right? And when you look at the Yankees conglomerate, it's well worth over $10 billion. When you look at the Dodgers, well worth over $10 billion. Okay, I would say there's Ohtani and Judge are as two biggest stars as you can have. You're gonna have probably 15 million people watching Japan, another 15 or 20 watching here. The fan bases is interesting. When you go to Dodger Stadium, there's 3 type of fan bases. You have the corporate financial institutions in Hollywood. You have the Mexicans that, you know, God bless Fernando Valenzuela, who died. He was a big pioneer in that movement. And then the other third is now Japanese. They're printing money like it's no one's business. Because of Ohtani and obviously the success they've had with Mark Walters, Todd Bowley, they have an incredible ownership.
Just traded his ball for $4.5 million.
That's right.
4.6.
But they've had one championship in 37 years. The Yankees have one championship in 24 years. So both franchises are going to be starving. Tickets, I told Sean today, are going for $40,000 behind home plate. One ticket. That's crazy. So if you want 2, that's $80,000. $80,000. A beer's probably $4,000. So it's going to be the most watched World Series since the Cubs.
And you won, right?
The last one was 2009. So we haven't been there in 15 years. So bring the glory days back to the Bronx.
My question, I don't know much about the players. It's not about the players. My question is back to the family stuff you were talking about. My first thought was, so that moment with your mom changed your thoughts on money and building money and family. How do you keep now? You got all these franchises and all this stuff. How do you keep you take care of a lot of people, but how do you set your boundaries where it's no, because you got to keep the money to make the money, but you also grew up watching so many people not have. What's that battle like for you? How do you be no, I can't do that. That makes no sense for my discipline.
So first of all, I'm almost 50 now, so I've had a lot of learning experience. I would say when I was in my 20s and 30s, that was a lot more challenging, right? But now when you're running businesses, you can give people opportunities where they can win. So as an example, my sister does all my personal real estate. So if I'm buying a house for, $1, she's making, 3% on that or 6% on that. Okay. And my brother does.
But they have to be competent now.
It's
not a giveaway.
No. They know I don't play that game. You got to be by the book. There's no nepotism.
That's it.
I'm a very tough boss. I would say that. But here are the rules of engagement. If you play by them, you're going to get first bid. And if you perform, I'm going to come back to you over and over again. If you don't perform, I have no problem quickly pivoting. And it's not personal, it's business.
That's right.
Now, when my mom calls, I surrender.
Mom, you get whatever.
Now, for parents listening right now, when is a good time to start getting their kids involved in financial literacy?
When you start breathing. So, when you start spending money. I mean, you're spending money 24 hours a day. When you sleep, you're spending money. The government didn't buy the alarm clock. You did that. The government's not paying for your light bill, right? So, check this out. We have a kids account in Atlanta Public Schools, Operation Hope. By the way, everybody can go get financial coaching scholarship from the company of the Breakfast Club. Call Operation Hope. We'll give you a $1,000 free scholarship just because you mentioned Breakfast Club to get coaching and counseling, get your credit score right. So we have it with Mayor Andre Dickens in Atlanta. We have a kids account in kindergarten, $50 in the kids account. Now, you may say, what's the big deal of that? If you have a bank account at kindergarten, you're 50% more likely to go to college. If you have $50 in that account in kindergarten, you're 75% more likely to graduate from college. Because now you're connecting education with aspiration. The light's on the kid's head. Now you're talking about stocks and bonds and investment, and don't create an investment account. Don't get A-Rod or me or you, DJ Envy, go in and talk about cars. Talk about, because really it's technology these days, right? Talk about it, but through that it's investment. Now these kids, you hooked them, right? So it's about role modeling. It's about the language of money at the earliest age, because this is the aspiration generation. We can literally build the next generation of America. Mm-hmm. We have to, by the way, because we're going to be a majority of minorities. Literally, if we don't do that, this country is done. But we can do that at kindergarten.
You know, the biggest thing that my son, who's 9, the thing that I love is my son watches Shark Tank. So he's 9, so he doesn't know you for baseball. He knows you from Shark Tank.
Wow, that's deep.
And then, like I was talking on the phone, we was talking business to somebody, and he started asking me questions that I know that he got from someplace else. I said this the other day. He was asking me, so Dad, how much equity do you get in that deal? I'm like, where the f*** you getting that from?
Whoa.
And then he was like, well, what about, he was like, well, I said, well, where did you hear about equity? And he's telling me Shark Tank. And he was like, yeah, I want to know what royalty fees are and this, that, and the other. And now I was like, I just want to play baseball. But, you know, it was great that they have these type of shows on there. And I know you got to go. I know you had a question.
Yeah, I do have a question. So y'all are talking about your families and your kids. And these two always talk about how when they locked into their marriages, everything like flourished for them. You talk about your baby girls a lot. Last time you were here, you were talking engagement with J-Lo. I know you're right now dating Jacqueline. Is engagement, marriage, is that a conversation for you right now? Like, where does that fit in all of this business and the portfolios?
Well, I'm very lucky to have an incredible person in my life. Jack's Canadian. She's right outside of Detroit, which is very beneficial because my daughter goes to school in Michigan. So I get 2 for the price of 1. So we're already cutting a good deal. So she's 20 minutes from Detroit. She's a former nurse. She's transitioned her nursing to an incredible business called Jack Fit, where she helps out, thousands of women online get a better life. I've personally lost 30 pounds because of her. I haven't really thought about that. This is really the best place I've been in my life. I'm very fortunate, grateful to be where I am. I'm helping out tons of people involved, like you said, with the Timberwolves and the Lynx, and doing my Fox deal with the Yankees and the Dodgers. I'm open to anything, but right now, I'll let you know if there's some big announcement coming. Maybe I'll come back.
I would think it would be difficult for you to trust anybody in a relationship. Like, you know what I mean? Like, romantically. Just because you are A-Rod, so the celebrity, but then the money, like...
It's hard. It's hard for sure. But, you take your time, you try to surround yourself with people that are better than you, but it's no question, it's difficult.
All right, we come back. We got more with Alex Rodriguez and John Hope Bryant. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Yes, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. We're here with Alex Rodriguez and John Hope Bryant. Now, Envy, you got a question?
I was going to ask, for somebody listening, maybe possibly thinking about buying their first property, their first investment property, or even their first house, or even refinancing their home.
The average person listening to this, please listen to me. As fast as you can, buy a home. The number one way you build wealth in America is home ownership. The average African American, we at 41, 42, 43% of us own a home, compared to 75% of our white counterparts. That 30% delta, that difference is massive home ownership. And prices are not going down. When I started buying those 700 homes from the Promise Homes Company, I ran it up to $150 million of assets under management of that particular portfolio. I bought for $88,000. I sold them at $350,000. No one moved the house. There was no genius to it. It's a magic of compounding. They're not growing any more land. Most of the places where we live are inner cities. What's an inner city in France? It's called Paris. What's an inner city in Britain? It's called the UK. Like, we have centrally located real estate, and we're walking away from it to rent from somebody we don't know, to spend money we don't have, to impress people we don't know, to talk about stuff that don't matter. Like, knock it off. Buy the worst house in the best block in the hood, DA-HOD, the hood adjacent. Buy it near transportation, economic activity, and a vibrant environment. Buy it, rehab it, live in it. Use equity a couple years later and buy. I know you know what I'm talking about here, DJ Envy. Buy the second home 3 years later. You do that 3 times over 5 to 6 years. This is my mother's story. Worked an hourly job. You're a millionaire. And you can get the down payment through the earned income tax credit. All right. You can go to Operation Hope. We can help you get qualified for EITC. If you're making $38,000 and have 3 children, the government owes you about $7,000 cash. So you just gave everybody listening to this who makes $38,000 a check. And it's retroactive for 3 years if you never filed. That's almost $20,000. There's your down payment right there. Right. So we can get your credit score up, get your debt down, get your savings up, get into that house because it costs just as much to rent as it does to pay a mortgage payment. You're right. Interest rates at 2% are not coming back. That's fine. 4%, 5% is just fine. That's still very, very low. But prices are not coming down. People, I'm going to wait. No. Don't wait. It's going to get worse. It's going to get more expensive. Buy right now.
I want to ask a question because I think sometimes we have these conversations and we have these conversations from our perspectives, right? Well, y'all in a different tax bracket. But I'm just saying everybody here for the most part has money. What about people who have no money? People from our communities who have $0. How do the poor even get to the middle class?
I got you there. I mean, he's the master, but I'm just going to give you like really simple, right? Money is the easiest part to get. And I know this sounds crazy to the folks listening, right? Money, over $1 trillion sitting on the sidelines looking for great deals. So if you don't have money, can you find deal flow? Can you hustle? If you find me an asset that costs $10 million and you bring it to me for 8, you basically own $2 million of that.
100%.
So if you bring me a $10 million deal, right, and I can buy it for 8, you say, hey, give me $1 million on that. I'll give you, because I'm still getting $1 million discount. I'm paying 9 for a $10 million asset, so I'm getting a discount. So looking for opportunities, understanding where the train is going, and you as an entrepreneur says, how do I get in the way? So when that train goes by, I can jump on and jump on that bandwagon, right? It's creating opportunities. If you find deals, you got money.
Is that possible for everyday people to achieve?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely.
Yes. Yes. You know, you can open a fractional stock account and put in $25 to buy some stock. Now you spend that on Starbucks. You can do $10. You can do $5 of fractional stock on any stock that you want. So there's no excuse. If you want to get in this game, Operation Hope will help you. Again, if you're listening to Breakfast Club, we'll give you a scholarship for coaching and counseling. We're going to get your credit score up. The average credit score for black people, by the way, is 620. Latinos are a little above that, notch more. But that means half of us are locked out of the free enterprise system. You can't get a decent home loan at anything below $700. Can't get a decent auto loan below at $650. You can't get a business loan at all unless you're $700 or better, because it's risky credit. So we think the issue is racism or discrimination. It might be, but it also might be that you don't understand there's a game, there's a credit box, and you're not in it. But you have to have discipline. You have to live below your means. You have to understand this game. You've got to be financially literate, and everybody can be a winner at this game. I'd love to come back at some point. We need to talk about this whole thing around relationship capital, which you talked about a little bit. Like, behind all of us is a backer.
That's right.
A partner that we're not talking about. Magic has it. I know who they are. I love talking about Tony Ressler and Michael Arrighetti, right? They backed me $80 million, and I paid them back plus 7%. Right?
That's important because our community feel like capitalists. You said talk about making smart sexy. They feel like that's a bad thing. A lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people in our community feel like capitalism is a horrible thing. Having people back you is a horrible thing as well too.
Yeah. So people say, let's go for a step further. Oh, I hate rich people. No, you don't. You hate rich people till you become rich. What you hate is a game system. To your point,
right? What
you hate is a system that's rigged so that you don't think you can succeed. The money's not evil. It's the love of money that's evil. It's the greed. Ambassador Andrew Young says that men and women fail for 3 reasons: arrogance, pride, and greed. What did Malcolm X say? We've been bamboozled. We've been tricked. We've been fooled. We've been hoodwinked. We've been hoodwinked on this topic. Black people, we have never had an economic infrastructure in the history of us being here. That's our problem. Government's not going to save you. Even if you want to distribute money like a socialist, you got to collect it like a capitalist. What's the entertainment business? The business of entertainment. The sports business. It's the business of sports. What we don't understand is the business. I'm going to give everybody here free game. There are about $100 trillion about to hit the market in the next 10 years. All these baby boomers are retiring at the same time. They're going to give their cash and their stock to their kids. They're going to give their house to their family. Kids don't want the business. Those businesses have cash flow, client lists, real estate, a brand. Alex said to you a minute ago, bring me an asset for $10 million that I can get for $8 million, and you have the upside between 8 and 10. So if you come to me and say, I have a startup idea, give me $1 million. I'm like, get out of here, right? You come to me and say, I've got a business that's got $1 million of cash flow, that's got a valuation of $10 million. Will you finance that, the acquisition? In this example, it says $10 million of revenue. Will you finance a $9 million acquisition? The answer to that is absolutely yes. Non-recourse, meaning no personal guarantee. Wall Street does that all day. It's called private equity. So you got literally trillions of dollars worth of businesses that are about to hit the market. And people listening to this can go become capitalists right now with an existing cash flow business, existing assets, existing employees, and not no risk, but low risk because it's already successful. So we need to stop being self-employment projects because 96% of all black businesses don't have an employee. I don't know what the Latino numbers are, but again, you build wealth in your sleep. It's compounding. This is a huge opportunity.
So all of us here walk into opportunities every single day, but it's taking your eyeballs and your brain and your ears to think about opportunities when you hear them. So you hear opportunities all the time. You know, poor guy and a rich guy go through a bad neighborhood. The poor guy goes, God, what a terrible neighborhood. I would never want to live here. The rich guy goes, let's try to see if we can buy all this up on a cheap, because in 10 years, you're going to be different. You go to a barbershop and you hear through a terrible divorce and you hear this gossip all the time. And you guys are here, man, what a terrible situation. I have to sell their house, I have to sell their car. if you're an entrepreneur in the ear, you hear, oh, that might be an opportunity. Well, maybe I can, not to take advantage of anyone, but if you have to sell your house quickly, maybe I can provide a quick buy and sell for you off market.
Business
right?
not personal.
And there goes that $7 million deal for 10. Right? So it's about a rewiring of the brain and looking at opportunities and not looking at problems. Because problems is really opportunities.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us so much. John Hope Bryant, Alex Rodriguez.
And the Hope Global Forum is happening December 9th to the 11th in Atlanta, Georgia, man.
That's right.
I'll be there.
All right. Well, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Yes, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Lauren LaRosa. Jess Hilarious is on maternity leave. DJ Envy called in sick, but it's time for the mess.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies.
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide mess.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's the coach of
with Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
You know one thing, Charlotte, I've learned about you?
What?
You are a equal opportunist person of all, like everything. You give.
What do you mean?
You give the HE double hockey sticks equally across the yard. Everybody, white people, black people.
Hell across the yard. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to say the word, but
you
yes.
Say hell, you going there? Well, what'd you say now?
Excuse me. That's why you can't compliment these. I try to compliment you. I try to big you up.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
No. Because when you meet me in hell, I'm gonna make sure they know. He told me I was coming here. It's his fault that
we
I'm
don't
here.
have to go there. We can do things now.
Let's go where you were yesterday. Let's go to CNN real quick, okay? Before
Okay.
Anyway, last night you were on 360 with Anderson Cooper.
Yes, me and my good sister Angela Rye.
You and Miss Angela Rye, and you guys were having a conversation about just speaking the truth and what's happening right now with the election and VP Kamala Harris. And Anderson Cooper has actually been under fire in the last 24 hours for the way that he handled the town hall with VP Kamala Harris. Was a lot of people feeling like just his energy and his tone to her was very different in comparisons to how he's been in interviews with Donald Trump and other people.
I thought he did his job though. I didn't have a problem with how he did the town hall.
Worth noting, though. So I want to listen to first Angela Rye, because Angela Rye opens early in the conversation. Angela Rye discusses being able to have truthful conversations and lay facts out there, and kind of how she was received when she was at CNN, and she was doing that early on. Take a listen.
There's been more heat from the media on her answer and less attention paid to what his former White House chief of staff said, John Kelly, that he is in fact a fascist. When you look at one-party rule, religious nationalism, ethnic nationalism, that is what Donald Trump is striving for. And if we're honest, that is what the Republican Party writ large has been building toward for a long time. Donald Trump, as Harry Reid once said, is merely the Republican Party's Frankenstein. In 2016, I remember being on air with you and saying that Donald Trump was racist. And there was immediate blowback. How could you say he's racist? What facts do you have? There is a laundry list of facts to support the fact that this man traffics in racism and he is a fascist. And I think the most important thing that we all can do as American citizens, that the media can do, is ensure that we are calling a thing a thing.
Very true.
Yeah, now when that happened, because a big part of the conversation was the double standard, and that was the conversation that was sparked from the town hall. It's been happening with Kamala, but that was a big highlight of the conversation that people were having around Anderson Cooper and how some people felt he handled the town hall, which is what you and Angela Rye were getting at when you guys were having that conversation. So,
well, for the record, that wasn't personal to Anderson Cooper. Anderson is a good guy. I just talk about cable news in general.
Yes, and we have those clips. So let's take a listen to you when you began to talk about fascism.
Apparently Trump's going on, is going to tape a thing with Joe Rogan. Do you think she should do that?
I think that she should keep calling Donald Trump a fascist. And I think that Americans need to keep looking at the rhetoric of Donald Trump, because I don't know why we're even thinking about electing somebody who's talking about putting people in camps. I don't know why why we want to elect somebody who's talking about mass deportation. I don't know why we're having this conversation about somebody who wants to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. Aren't we supposed to be a patriotic country? Whenever somebody like Colin Kaepernick takes a knee in this country, everybody talks about, oh, that's so unpatriotic. But a guy can say he wants to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election and nobody cares.
And
like even me bringing it up now, you brought it back to Kamala and Joe Rogan. Anderson?
Yeah.
Who gives a damn?
Now, I think that, like, first of all, let me just say that the moment I got on Twitter, I'm like, whoa, what? I didn't even know you were going to CNN yesterday. Mm-hmm. It was just everywhere. So yesterday, at first, it hit trending across the U.S. On X at 10. It jumped up to 6 this morning. You were trending, and then now it's back at 9. I think the reason why this is cutting through so much is because it was straight talk. Like, you calling it out and saying that it was BS is how I think a lot of people felt. And even if you don't agree, like I saw Fox News pick it up this morning as well, even if you don't agree, I think people do appreciate straight talk and straight to the point conversations and getting to what people think is happening without dancing around it.
Yeah, it's not a new conversation for me. I've been having this convo, but nobody listens to me because I got a list, All of those news networks.
No, baby, we be listening. It's just like, what are you saying? Say cease and desist.
Well, I'm spitting on this mic right now. Pause. But all of those news networks make choices on what they are going to discuss and what they are going to center as topics of discussion. It's a choice to not center, Donald Trump leading an attempted coup to this country. It's a choice to not center his 88 criminal charges, 34 of them he's been convicted of. It's a choice to not center his rhetoric about jailing political opponents, jailing journalists, terminating the Constitution, overthrow the results of an election, talking about putting people in detention camps, talking about putting the military on American citizens. His own Joint Chief of Staff said this week, Trump once said he needed the kind of generals Hitler had. So if Kamala Harris or any Democratic candidate said or did those things, they would be at the least not qualified to run, but more than that, they'd probably be in prison. So I'm just saying, it's just a choice. And it's not just Trump and Kamala. It was Trump and Hillary. It was Trump and Biden. There's a double standard for Trump and everybody else, period. Nobody treats Trump like a threat. Not the DOJ, not the media, nobody. And it's strange.
Now let's take a listen to the rest of the conversation.
I don't think y'all have enough conversations about it. I feel like I heard more on this network about is Kamala Harris black than I do about, Donald Trump being a fascist.
Well,
am I wrong, Angela?
Honestly, that's bullshit. I'm sorry.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm not. Look, I'm a huge fan of yours. Okay. But to say that we're sitting around discussing is Kamala Harris black,
I've seen that. I've seen those roundtable discussions a lot. Now that's bull. Anderson, for you to say that y'all don't have those conversations.
I've never asked somebody
I'm not saying you. I said the network.
Not only any anchor on this network has been going around saying, is she black? Look, I'm sure we have had, nutty people or people who have strongly held beliefs who I may disagree with, who somewhere on some panel have said something. But I do believe it's important to get people different viewpoints as long as they're willing to have a legitimate conversation.
Now, I want to make a point before you go in, right? So I told you guys how well this was trending on X. And normally what happens is things trend on X and they hit, the Instagram blogs and then the .coms pick them up simultaneously. I right now am seeing 2 articles on this that happened last night. One from Fox News, and Fox News headline actually includes the word fascist, and then the Independent's headline does not at all include that. It just says that Anderson Cooper has a blunt response after being criticized for CNN's Trump coverage. And I was like, wow, I was surprised that more people didn't pick it up and use the actual word fascist. And, all that stuff is so, everything else is size. That right there would up it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Not even from CNN.
Well, only thing I would say is that, we just all have to stop asking answers and start making statements. Like when I say ask answers, it's like, when you ask answers, like, is Donald Trump a fascist or is Kamala Harris a DEI hire? Stop asking answers. Like, the answers to these questions. Yes, he is a fascist, and no, she's not a DEI hire. So let's stop asking answers and start making statements on these networks.
That was a lot for you. Asking answers and making statements.
Nobody takes me serious because I got a list. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You see what I'm saying? Could you ask me who I'm giving Donkey today to? Could you ask me who I'm giving? That was Jess With The Mess with Lauren LaRosa. Can you ask me who I'm giving Donkey today to?
Who are you giving Donkey today to?
We need Mel Gibson to come to the front of the congregation. We would like to have a word with him, okay? Okay.
Bring him.
It's the Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Your execution on the Donkey of the Day is something to behold. Is it a read?
He gave me Donkey of the Day and I deserve it.
People need to know.
Well, you need to tell them.
I am.
You have the voice. Tell them. Tell them.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
It's a read, but you're so good at it.
You're trying to be a fake ass Charlamagne. There's only one Charlamagne to go.
Damn, Charlamagne, who you giving Donkey of the Day to now?
Donkey of the Day for Friday, October 25th goes to Mel Gibson. Okay, listen, it's presidential election season. We got 11 days left, I believe, until Election Day. According to the internet and others, I am getting paid by Kamala Harris's campaign to talk about her every day. So let me earn my check. Okay?
Can I hold something?
I'll have it. As soon as I get this invisible money, I'll give you some. Look, I think most people have their mind made up by now. Some voting Democrat, some voting Republican, some voting third party, some not voting at all. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care what you choose to do, as long as you are making an informed decision. Okay, a caller called up here earlier and said that I sometimes get mad when people tell me they voting for Trump. I don't get mad when folks say they're voting for Trump. I get mad when people tell me dumbass reasons they are voting for Trump. And Mel Gibson was caught on TMZ cameras giving his reasons for why he's choosing to vote for Trump. And let's listen to what he said.
I don't think it's going to surprise anyone who I vote for. I'm going to guess Trump. Is that a bad guess? I think it's a pretty good guess. What do you think the world will be like in a second term with President Trump's second term? A lot of people I know what it'll be like if we let her in. Yeah. Oh, really? And that ain't good. Yeah. Well, miserable track record. Appalling track record. No policies to speak of. Yeah. And the border, right? And she's got the IQ of a fence post.
See, it makes me laugh when I hear people say things like the vice president has a miserable, appalling track record, no policies, okay? Especially if the person you're supporting is Donald J. Trump. I don't even have time to really run down his resume. I don't really have time to break down his concepts of a plan. I would break down his plan, but he don't really have any. But I'll give you a few things on his resume in no particular order. He's been impeached twice. He led an attempted coup of this country. He said he wanted to terminate the Constitution to overthrow the results of an election. He downplayed the severity of COVID-19. Not to mention, in 2018, he dismantled the National Security Council's Global Health Security Office. Those are the people who respond to things like pandemics. He's talking about jailing his political opponents. He's talking about jailing journalists. The guy appointed 3 far-right judges who overturned Roe v. Wade. I was born in 1978. So that means women currently have less reproductive rights now than they did when I was born. Okay, less constitutional rights now than they did when I was born. And I haven't even brought up the 88 criminal charges, 34 which he's been convicted of. Now, I'm just scratching the surface of things that are on this man's resume. It is long. Okay, so if you're going to say Kamala Harris has an appalling, miserable track record, but you're choosing to support Trump, that just doesn't make sense to me. My personal opinion. And for all you folks who keep talking about the economy will be better, that is just another false narrative that we, the American people, have bought into. Because it's not true. The economy does better under Democrat presidents. I just found this out maybe 2 months ago. Why? Because I looked it up. You know why I looked it up? Because I wanted to see how much better the economy does under Republicans, since this is what I've always been told, only to find out it's not true. Google it. Okay, look it up. The economy does better under Democrats. If you don't feel it right now, I understand, but we still recovering from a global pandemic. Remember that. But this inflation y'all keep saying is high, it's not. It's currently at 2.4%. The problem is inflation is low, but the cost of everything else is high. But that's a whole nother conversation, okay? Tune in to John Hope Bryant's Money and Wealth podcast for more of that kind of talk. But back to Mel Gibson. The other part of what Mel Gibson said that irritates me is when he said Vice President Kamala Harris has fence post level IQ. So you're saying you think she's dumb. Okay. But then you're voting for Donald Trump. I'm going to just sit back and let you hear a bunch of dumb things that have come out of Donald Trump's mouth. Listen.
Ready? You have the cameras rolling? The kidney has a very special place in the heart. It's an incredible thing. Nobody knew that healthcare could be so complicated.
Everybody knows.
And then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. If you have a windmill anywhere near your house, congratulations. Your house just went down 75% in value. And they say the noise causes cancer. You told me that one, okay? China has total respect for Donald Trump and for Donald Trump's very, very large brain. It's tremendously big and tremendously wet. I'm very highly educated. I know words, I have the best words, but there's no better word than stupid. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
That's just a little bit. That's literally, I told my producer to find a bunch of dumb things Donald Trump said. He found that in about 5 minutes. You can just literally Google dumb things.
I was about to say they probably got TikTok messages.
So if Kamala has the IQ of a fence post, then what level does Donald Trump have? I'm seriously asking.
A rock.
Listen, rocks might be smarter. Okay, vote for whoever you want to vote for. Just be informed about it. And if you dislike a candidate and you have your reasons, I'm fine with that too, as long as they make sense. Nothing Mel Gibson said makes sense. Okay, most of your arguments in regards to supporting Trump make no sense. You have to ignore so much to justify your reasoning. I used to believe the economy argument, but it's just not true. He ruined the economy when he was in office, even before COVID, and his economic plans. The tariffs that he's talking about now, that would hurt U.S. workers and businesses tremendously. But whatever. All I'm simply saying is vote for who you want to vote for. Just make sure it's an informed vote, because this man's reasoning for who he wants to vote for was not. Please give Mel Gibson the biggest hee-haw.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Jess is on maternity leave, so Lauren LaRosa is filling in. We also got our niece Nyla with us today.
Big Nyla.
And we got some special guests in the building. We got EARTHGANG, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
Yo, what up, man? I listen to y'all every morning, bro. I can't hold it, bro. I become one of y'all core, bro.
P1 listener, we need those.
Oh my God.
They back with their 5th studio album, Perfect Fantasy.
Yes. Perfect Fantasy.
Yeah. What is the perfect fantasy, man?
It's whatever you make it. Whatever you make it, bro. Life is a video game, and how you play it is the fantasy.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're doing with this project, though. You know, we decided to put it together how we wanted to, and kind of like make it our own world. You know, throw all the rules out and just do what we like, do what our fan base and our core fan base like.
I never felt like EARTHGANG had rules though, so like that's interesting to hear y'all say. I felt like y'all always moved to the beat of your own.
We kind of did, but I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? We had a period of time where we was trying to like figure out what was working for others. Yeah. I guess you know what I'm saying. It's like, well, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, but
chasing the wave,
not necessarily chasing a sound wave or even necessarily a trend. It's just you get signed to a label and you like, okay, cool. I want to be as successful as the rest of the on this label. Mm-hmm. When we was already kind of headed that direction, serving our core.
Yeah.
So it's like, nah, let's just do we love. We started EARTHGANG basically as like a music fan club when we was kids, you know what I'm saying? We was literally just from the piracy generation, stealing music, swapping music. And this album is kind of a tribute to that era. It's a tribute to all the came up being fans of. We got Gorillas on it, we got Neptunes on it, we got, you know what I'm saying, people Lil Dragon, you know what I'm saying? This is all people that we was fans of that like build our friendship, and we wanted to pay tribute to that.
Was that pressures of the label telling you guys to look around, or
no, it's like
people?
It's kind of like
can't even blame nobody else, bro.
It's like as a business owner, you always gonna like go over your yearly reports and see what's working, what's not working, and sometimes you put that before what you want to create.
And as a human being, sometimes you're going to look left and right and compare. And that's just you got to outgrow and let it go.
But I mean, on Dreamville, it's like Cole is clearly the most successful, right? Then it's like,
it's his life.
Lennox has had some really, really real success. Mm-hmm. You know, Jid. So I mean, but y'all also different. I'm like, why? Other than the success part, what would y'all compare?
Well, it wasn't really even comparing with Dreamville. I'm talking about Interscope, bro. I'm talking about when we signed the Interscope, because Dreamville is kind of like, hey, everybody do what you want. It's a big fun party. But like, we was on Interscope, and I was, there's other rappers on this. You seen show up in different places. Y'all got the same parties. This showed up in this, and you showed up in that. And it's like, well, why I ain't show up in that? It's a feeling that you got to process, let go, and then realize what brought you here in the first place.
I like that honesty.
Was your own core.
Before we get into the new project, I definitely want to touch on Ghetto Gods, the record Power, because I feel like it was a little prophetic in like a weird way, the way the year panned out. But the Gain the World, Lose Your Soul, Skull and Bones, Puffy Combs.
So tell me why he called us about that line.
No!
Yeah,
wait,
bro.
this is prior.
You sure that's what he was calling you about? What's the time frame when you say the call?
This is like 2022, right after that song dropped. I don't know Diddy from Adam. Didn't think. Look, gotta say that right.
I never been to a party. Never been to his house.
I didn't know. I was saying we get a call one day from mysterious number. I'm at the crib. I'm on the Xbox. You get a call from mysterious number. Then I guess they called management. He called us and was like, "Yo, the next time that number call, let's just pick up, see what's going on." FaceTime. Open the FaceTime. It's Diddy. He want to talk about how clean and pure his soul is, and I'm like, "Hey, bro, I don't know you. I don't care. I have nothing to gain from this conversation." And he was like, "Hey, man, I heard what y'all said on that song. I just want to let you know I'm on a love wave right now, man. I'm clean. Everything's good. Everything's pure." I'm like, bruh, that line came to me from a lightning bolt from heaven, bro. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I wasn't trying to insult you. I didn't even know he was going to hear it.
Gain the World, Lose Your Soul, Skull and Bones, Puffy Combs.
Damn.
From an artist interpretation, what did that line mean when you wrote it?
I was just saying, like, you know what I'm saying, just kind of playing with people's fear of like the Illuminati and shit like that. Like I like throwing little hints of like, ooh, spooky shit. And it's like, I don't know what Diddy actually been through. I had no idea that this was gonna happen, and I definitely didn't know he was gonna come.
You look like stop lying. We already know.
I had no, bro. We had no clue, bro. Bro, I be in College Park, bro. When I go back home, I still be in the hood. I don't know. Like,
I love CeeLo's verse, but it is like what he's talking about too. Why nobody looking at me like a bad like I think that line is mad weird.
But now you gonna make me listen to that song because I ain't even heard it.
I mean, I think CeeLo was kind of talking about like just how like if you're not useful, you're useless in the industry in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, but you got to be able to find the right spaces for you to be valuable, rather than like trying to like sell yourself to everybody walking in the rooms and being like, yo, y'all don't want to use me for this, y'all don't want to use me for that, because that's when you get in positions where taking advantage of.
Let's talk Pharrell. How was working with Pharrell? And how did you?
Pretty amazing. It was like something I would.
He's another one that's he goes outside the box.
Yeah, that was also during the pandemic, so he had us get COVID tested before pulling up to the crib. We went down to Miami.
We walk in, it's the boat out there, the water out there.
He got a health station.
We taking big B12 shots and
like
stuff.
While we recording, we got IVs in, like just getting healthy. But also, we drinking tequila at the same time because it's Pharrell's tequila.
Pharrell got his own tequila.
Oh, he had a drink that he was claiming his at during that time. I don't know if it was tequila.
You gotta be careful with that, guys.
I knew as soon as you said it, I said, "Oh, he just said his stuff."
I did.
But you know, it's interesting. I heard you say. I heard you say earlier that you wanted that vintage sound. When I listened to that song, I'm like, it sounds like old Neptune.
Yeah, I mean, the initial process was with, you know what I'm saying, we grew up listening to the Neptunes, you know what I'm saying? We grew up burning their CDs and stealing them and trading them with the other homies, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Grinding Beat is a classic. Like, I niggas did
Nightmares, Grinding, you know what I'm saying? You name it, bro. Like, so
came out.
We wanted to be in that kind of bag with them, you know what I'm saying? Do the folk count, do the stuff that like I said, even when we working with the Gorillas, like, it was all that like a in the south side in Atlanta or from the southwest side of Atlanta dreamed of being around there. So it was a dream come true. I will say Pharrell started a bunch of songs with us, and then he did some like Cat in the Hat, like just like put a hat on and walked out onto the ocean.
He got on the boat and left.
And just left mid-session.
What?
Bro, like,
Did he be like, I'll be right back?
No, he was like, love you guys.
I'm out. Enjoy
and
this.
just like walked away.
Put that hat on.
What y'all was doing?
We finished the records. We stayed at
got back to work. We got boat stop on. He's like, get back to work.
And had a boat pull up to his back door and left. And that was like, yeah, this
Did he come back?
Never saw him again.
How many records did y'all do?
We did about 5 or 6.
Yeah. But he's on You Got It, though.
Yeah, he on You Got It.
So he just left y'all hooks and all that.
Yeah.
Well, they did the beat and the hook for You Got It. And then he did a couple, he bounced around on a couple of them for a little while. And then he left a bunch of beats. And then he just left.
All right, don't go anywhere. We got more with Earth Gang coming up next. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Yes, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. And right now in the building, we have Earth Gang. Not Envy.
I was J. Cole as a label owner, right? And the reason I ask is he owns a label, but he's also an artist, right? And I think maybe about a couple years ago, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, Cole would call me and he would ask me about the mixtape era, right?
Yeah.
Because he was like, I got these artists and I want to break back into that mixtape era. How did that happen? Like he's somebody that dives into everything. Like he reminds me of somebody that always wants to research because he wants to know everything that goes around. So how is he as a label owner when it comes to his artists?
I mean, I think the coolest thing is like he's not like a label owner. He don't ever act like a label owner or a boss or nothing. That's why we wanted to do business with him, because it was equal, you know what I'm saying? Like,
shout out to Twitter, because love saying, hey, yo, Cole, y'all boss.
Yeah,
y'all boss
like,
ain't this, y'all boss ain't.
That's not our boss. He's not my boss. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got into it because it was an equal partnership, and then secondly, he approaches it from an artist standpoint. It's always make the most honest music to you, and then put it out, and it'll, you know what I'm saying, it'll connect. I mean, that's who he is. That's what he's done. That sets him apart from a lot of people, and it's like that's still the blueprint for everybody that he works with. You know what I'm saying? So it's never like you ain't got no hit yet. You know what I'm saying? It's never like that. It's just, are you doing the most honest music for you? And it's like, all right, well then put that out, see what it do. Do it again. Do it again.
What's it like at Dreamville nowadays? Because I've always felt like y'all don't really move like a unit.
Mm-mm.
I never felt like
everybody
that.
kind of do their own thing, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
Is there like a group chat?
There are times where I would like.
She said it's that group chat.
No, for real. Like, I would love to
it's
know.
like it's some group chat, but I ain't gonna hold you. There's times where I wish that like I would see Yo Gotti come up here and be like, damn, why Cole ain't doing the Yo Gotti come up here? But anybody he saw, he just come up here with him.
That does
But,
a lot though.
Yeah, it does. It does. It
He
does.
comes up here with all his artists. You don't see him. He be outside, but he
I believe
always
it.
up here.
I believe it, and I respect some salute to them. I respect that, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, move how they move, and I think the honesty and the truth, like he said, behind Dreamville is kind of what keeps us all united. Like, you know, like smiling in your face,
Nah,
saying, like, all the relationships.
we were just with Boss
hey, man,
and E
he did
last
say that
week
Do y'all
in
check
the strip
in?
club. You know what I'm saying? For her
Check
birthday.
in on Ari Lennox at all?
Yeah, Ari my dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ari my dog.
How
I love
is
Ari
she?
to death.
Y'all saw she said she was leaving social media.
She should.
Yeah, well, she should.
A lot of people should. Most of y'all should. We all should. We all should.
If we all did, it would hurt them so bad. The people that own that shit. Like we don't have that type of unity. But yeah, I with Ari, bro. When we first was signed to Dreamville, Cole had us, Ari G, all in the house on some like making the band. So we built like a real like.
Who went for cheesecake?
He said like.
Oh, like.
Yeah, we didn't have to make the band. We already made it. But we just built like a sibling type relationship with Ari and them during that time. You know what I'm saying? I'm always checking Ari, and I hope she do. You know what I'm saying? I hope she actually get off social media.
Ari is fine. I don't know why people try to be like, how Ari doing? Ari been sober for 2 years.
Like
Ari is fine.
But I think it's because for me as a fan watching her, first of all, I feel like she doesn't get a lot of her just due. That's number one. Secondly, I feel like when anything she does, people always like attach to it. Sometimes it's not the most positive, and it's so not warranted because she minds her business.
Exactly.
So, but sometimes that gets to people.
Yeah.
And she seems very strong minded, but it can get to people. So, you know,
I that's compassionate. 100%. So we appreciate them questions.
I do want to go back to something y'all talk about with Dreamville. What's the point of doing Revenge of the Dreamer compilations then? Because I feel like that's the moment where Cole should be like, all right, we're gonna make these radio runs, we're gonna do these shows together. Like that's the time you're putting everybody in this compilation album. Now let's go push the whole label.
The fans will listen either way if that does happen.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Because we be wanting it.
Yeah,
I would love to talk to Cole about that.
Yeah, I would too.
Now Cole wasn't on the album. Did y'all want Cole on the album, or did y'all do that specifically?
I ain't even think about it, bro. Yes, I didn't even think about it, bro. Like we just be making music, bro. Like I ain't got time to be.
That's my man's. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we trying to do this.
Is anybody from Dreamville?
Don't be trying to hit him up for a play.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But let's get into a joint off the album. What y'all want to hear?
Let's play that Love You More. Let's do that.
T-Pain. You gotta.
No.
That what you want to hear? That what you want to hear?
I want to hear T-Pain.
Single.
I heard Pharrell took Chad off. You got it.
That's what you heard.
I heard it was a Neptune's record.
He did. It was a Neptune's record. When we first got there, Chad was in the building. The reason the song sounded.
They was together when y'all was there. This before they was beefing.
2022, we was all there together.
Wait a minute. So when Pharrell got on the boat, did Chad get on it with him?
He did not.
He stayed with us. He stayed with us.
Right off the boat.
How the beef started.
Chad stayed and played, but no, Chad played like hella instruments. You know what I'm saying? Like Pharrell is like a great idea guy. He puts a lot of drums down, a lot of soundscapes. But Chad gonna play the intricacies. So Chad stayed to do the intricacies. We thought that's what their dynamic was. Pharrell gets on boats. Chad, you know what I'm saying, stayed and played the guitar. And
you think that it was cooking up the whole time? Y'all just didn't know.
Probably.
So he took Chad off the record?
Yeah.
And y'all like
and just walked off and went on the boat.
Well, he didn't. Not in that order. The song we had the song for years with both of them on it, and then really within the last couple months of clearing everything, it became featuring Pharrell, and that took a couple steps to get to that process too, because it was produced by Pharrell. Then but his voice on it, so I guess he changed it to featuring Pharrell.
Wow.
Then he dropped the Lego Movie. And then he stood on that. It's like, okay, well.
Yeah, because they don't mess with each other right now. I think Chad is actually suing Pharrell.
So he probably didn't want it to be featuring Neptune or Nerd or whatever.
Do y'all ask questions when stuff like that change, or you just be like, well, okay.
That's not my business.
Yeah, I'm not saying finna ask no question. If I can ask directly, I'm gonna ask. But like, I'm not finna ask your people to ask your people. Like, no.
Nah, if I sit down in front of you and talk about it.
Yeah, like if we chilling and talking, we drinking Pharrell's tequila with B12 shots. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you. That's pretty vulnerable. But
so
like,
did they take the instruments off too? That
I'm pretty sure they interpolated them differently. I'm pretty sure they wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same.
Yeah, because the version of the song that I play on my phone, I love. I'm gonna leave that there.
This version was changed up a little bit for the clearances.
Yeah. And then also the whole time, them was like working together, but not really talking even in the same room. So I was like,
I feel like
this was a hell of a room.
All right, well, there you have it. It's Earth Gang. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, the Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Lauren LaRosa, Jess Hilarious is on maternity leave. DJ Envy called in sick. But it's time for Pastor Arce.
Go, go, cause that's my DJ. Say go DJ, cause that's my DJ.
Yeah, DJ, come spin, now come spin.
Big Nyla.
What's up? What's up? Happy Friday.
What's happening? Good morning.
Friday.
How you feeling?
I feel.
Tell the truth.
I hate how you do that. I could never have real convos with you before we go live.
No, but just tell the truth. You say you feel something. You say you feel it in the air.
I just feel something in the air. I don't know what it is.
Your spidey senses is tingling.
It's just weird. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm feeling things.
Okay, that's good. Feel your feels.
It is what it is. But all right, let's get into the music. Summer Walker is back. Okay, now she's been previewing this record for a minute, and it gives like that '90s R&B vibe. So I'm excited that it's finally out. Heart of a Woman.
Isn't this project called Finally Over It?
Mm-hmm.
Summer Walker's a really great artist. Her music connects, but it still feels like there's some type of disconnect. I don't know what it is.
Disconnect in what?
Disconnected from that?
No, just some type of disconnect. You think that she talks enough?
Oh, you mean like just her brand wise?
Her as a person.
No, I don't.
I think people love her music.
People, and it's so crazy because when she does talk, and even when she does the crazy shenanigans, people love Summer
like
Walker.
her. That's what I'm saying.
Remember, she was back outside when she was heartbroken. She was on top of the car with Santana and Sukihana and Sexy Red. We were living for that.
Yeah.
When she sat down with Carisha.
I think she has like heavy anxiety, so she doesn't like doing interviews.
I think if she talked more, I could understand what you were saying.
Yeah, just show herself more. Because I get sent that goddamn meme every other day.
What meme?
You know the meme I'm talking about?
Which one?
I don't want to do it because it'll be on camera.
Do it.
No.
All right, we can edit
You know the one I'm
Why
talking
would you
about.
bring it up?
Real quick.
If it was any one of us and we had showed you the meme, you would have outed
She be
us.
doing the basket weave, acting like she.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I thought you were talking about the pilgrim dress.
No, we send that all the time when we
Why? What you be sending that
because
time?
like we clowning somebody that we know D-Ride and you know what I mean? Like that me and Wayno and Rob, we send that each other.
Oh, I already know who y'all talking about. All right.
Yes, that person definitely gets it often.
Lord have mercy. All right. I'm gonna keep things moving. Tyler, the Creator, dropped Noid. Now he didn't drop it today on Friday. He actually did it on a Tuesday, I believe, which is like against industry standards. Same with EARTHGANG. They dropped their project on Tuesday as well.
By the way, that used to be the old industry standard. Just as the Unk in the Room, born in 1978, that was the day albums used to come out.
Some of us
Tuesday.
be knowing because when we interviewed them, I said that too.
You did say that. Mm-hmm. That is true.
Thank you, because our generation be knowing right now.
We do be knowing. So make sure you tap into our interview with EARTHGANG. It just dropped too. But go ahead.
Ooh, I in the review rather double back than regret hearing
tough,
hard.
Tough.
I gotta sit down and like really absorb Tyler the Creator's album.
Yeah,
Tyler don't miss.
I was getting my lashes done yesterday.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I did.
And
the girl who was doing my lashes, her daughter was 11, and she was talking about like just music she listens to, and I was like, oh, well, who are your favorite artists? You know, you be wanting to know. And she was like, I love Tyler the Creator. And then Northwest was just talking about Tyler the Creator as well too. So many generations of people, because I thought we loved him. I didn't know.
So why Tyler not in that top discussion? He should be. Tyler top 3 of this generation, and it's not close.
I think because
what generation though? Not like blog era class. He's kind of like
he's been around since he had the roach crawling on him. How long ago was that?
I feel like Tyler is the new Pharrell.
Pharrell ain't never been as dope as Tyler Lyrics.
Yo,
Pharrell ain't never been nowhere near as dope as Tyler Lyrics.
I'm glad you said I don't really think he tried, bro.
He couldn't if he tried.
He's
a great songwriter, but he can't spit like Tyler.
I think
fashion,
artsy. They're both artsy, but even with that, I think Tyler is just in his own vibe of like stuff.
I'm just talking music. I'm just talking bars. Tyler be barring up.
Yeah.
He be barring people up, bro.
I mean, I feel like Tyler was able to watch people like Pharrell, people like Kanye, and then pick things that you want. So I think that's why he does 3 different beat changes on a record. That's why he's into fashion, but like you had to see it be done before. So that's why I'm like, I see him as a Pharrell, or I see the influences there. Because then even outside of that, he's had successful groups like the internet and
when I first moved to LA, they were the biggest thing ever.
Like, yeah, so he's just able to do everything and does it well.
He one of them ones.
Yeah, agreed. No Tyler slander here. Definitely looking forward to the project. And then last but not least, this is new artist named Black Sam. He had a cool record called Gilla Leather.
What is Gilla Leather? What does that mean?
I have no idea. Let me look.
I'm looking it up now. A body warmer, a sleeveless jacket. That's like a sleeveless leather jacket.
When I look it up, the record is the only thing that came up.
What's his name again?
Black Sam.
Okay, salute to you, Black Sam.
Yes. Okay, so that's all I got for today. Make sure you guys follow me on the gram at Nyla Symone, NYLA SYMONEEE. go on my website. You can find the playlist. You can find all the podcast episodes on We Need to Talk, all the artists we've had on there. And you can also find the events for Certified Vibe. Tap in.
Okay. We got the People's Choice Mix coming up next, which I think is so stupid because Envy's not here. Like, I think Nyla should actually DJ at 9 o'clock.
I think I should too.
It's just stupid. He ain't been here all show, and then 9 o'clock you're going to start hearing him talk. What sense that make to anybody? It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Lauren LaRosa, Jess Hilarious is on maternity leave. DJ Envy called in sick today. We almost up out of here. What you got this weekend, Lauren? Where you at? You already drinking, right? I want y'all to know right now, Alcoholic LaRosa is already sipping something.
I hate how you throw things on black women.
Sipping LaRosa.
The way that this teacup is set up, you need to mind your business. Honestly.
Tequila cup. Okay.
Say that again.
Tequila.
Oh, I thought I know that one hurt you.
Tell God right now and say that ain't tequila. Is that tequila in that cup?
What?
Is that tequila in that cup?
Why you say it so hard? It hurt?
God, no.
My heart.
No, he knows
That's
that
what he
tequila
knows.
in there.
I'm in Norfolk, Virginia this weekend. It is Norfolk State University's homecoming. This is the final stop on the Brown Girl Grinding HBCU alumni homecoming tour.
She'd be asleep by 5 o'clock, y'all.
First of all, I get to the venue around that time. It's Alumni Fest. We're having a great time. Norfolk State University. I'm excited to come and end the tour with you guys and have a great time. And happy birthday to my best friend, Carmen. It is his birthday today. Enjoy your birthday. I will see you this weekend. And congratulations on everything. New baby, new fiance. It's your birthday. We celebrating.
Salute to Carmen. You just want an excuse to drink. Tomorrow, I will be at the Ivory on Park at 2 p.m. having a conversation called Money Talks, wealth building panel, and exclusive conversation with me. I'll be talking about my new book, Get Honest to Die Lying, because I damn sure ain't got no money to talk about. But I will be there at 2 p.m. tomorrow at the Ivory on the Park, in Brooklyn. All right? When we come back, we got the positive note. It's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Lauren LaRosa, Jess Hilarious is on maternity leave. Envy is out sick today. We are out of here. But I'm going to leave you on this positive note. It comes from Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. He once said, as human beings, our greatness lies not so much in being able to remake the world as in being able to remake ourselves. Have a blessed day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?